Okay, and I think I'm live, and I hope people can hear me, and I hope the audio is in sync because that has been an issue recently. Um, let's see. I think I got property set up for the audio so that there's like a delay of 250 milliseconds. Let's hope that's enough. Okay. Um, let's wait to see if people can actually hear me before I start rambling. Oh, hi. Welcome to the stream. Will be a short one. Plans came up and I'll have to leave in I can stream for around 2 hours. The only problem is my kid is still asleep right now and he needs to have his breakfast before we go. Okay, oh wow. Um it's just a boring nerd. Since when are nerds boring? Okay. So I have a couple of small announcements. I always do this at the beginning of the stream for the people who don't watch the entire stream. Let's go. Yeah, I try to have like lights on my keyboard to notify me of when I'm streaming my head, my webcam, and when I'm streaming my screen because sometimes I forget to share my screen. Let's hope I don't forget it now. Let's quickly. Oops. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay. I still cannot really use my PC that well. My hand basically cannot go flat anymore. So since the surgery, this is all the movement I have, and it's about this. It's yeah. I probably slept on it this night because it's kind of hurting my hand today. Anyway. So, with what should I start? First of all, GoZen alpha testing. I will only keep the applications open until the end of this month. It's kind of an open alpha, but not really, as it will close. Well, the applications will at least close by the end of the month. That's to limit to manage my workload a little bit better, and to have more of a smaller group of testers that feedback and communication is a lot easier. So if you have not applied yet, apply through here. If you don't want to use this Google form, you can just contact me on Discord as well. There are people who prefer not to give Google all their information. So next up, website finally live. There's still some issues with it. Apparently the icons are not really the same size. I don't know why the GitHub icon is that more. I think it's because of like the gray circle. It goes from tiny to big. That's very for later. I've been spending a little bit too much time on the site. Anyway, I also started working on the next blog post because I'm doing my weekly GoZen update vlogs in here on this website. So we have basically from the start, I think I was able to upload all articles, even from like the No Zero Days November. So yeah, basically from the very first introduction. I used to have these on a separate blog. Did not really upload them because I was not very happy with them and I could not get the sites right in the way that I want to. It's still not perfect, this website. I will prefer to have a better title. Yeah, maybe some more spacing on top, some more padding on top, but that's a worry for later. Because I am almost close to getting the GoZen alpha out, and that's my first priority right now. Next up, I also started adding export profiles for everything because GoZen will exist out of a light version and a full version. Now, the difference between these versions is, let's see if I can find it, excluded filter, folders that start with an underscore. So let's take a quick look in the project itself. I thought I started the project up. Apparently I didn't. We can quickly look in here. So in the source folder, we have our effects, layout modules, render profiles, and transitions. And over here you can see them again. I've been doing a lot of kind of refactoring since I got back to being able to program with this hand. So we have our effects, layout modules, render profiles, and transitions. Everything with an underscore are things that are made for custom modules, things that don't need any extra attention. You just plot them in the folder and it works. So if you want to create a module, by example, you will need this resource file, and this basically only has the information of like the layout name and layout description, default icon, and the scene to load it, and if it's a single only, by example. The file manager is single only. The render menu is single only. And this is a layout. I'm going quickly. If you don't understand something, just say so. And I should probably drink some water at this point. I'm going a little bit quick today. I don't have much time. I want to finish some things. So what was I doing again? Okay, so the single only. If you go to the UI, it has two folders now. We have screens and pop-ups. I decided to put the settings menu and the project settings menu in a pop-up window instead. I'm not going to bother with the borderless and such and creating the theming to be similar and such. But there was an issue that I was having, that there was like a lag spike every single time when you opened the settings menu. And if you look at the settings menu, it actually does not contain that much data at all yet. Which was kind of confusing. When the moment that I made it into a pop-up window, somehow it works better. I don't know if it's my system, if it's Godot. I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, it just works better. So yeah, we go to editor. Well, screens editor. Because this is the layouts module. I hope this is visible. All in one video or sub windows. That's something that will be a setting. You can choose if you want to have sub windows or yeah, all in one window. I think that's an option. So yeah, we have, oh wait, well, I should just start. Normally it works. So this is GoZen at the moment. So we have our recent projects, open project, create project. So basically there's nothing new. We got some links over here, support this project. This link to this image is clickable, so you can support the creator of this picture. I just want to have credits everywhere. The icon links us to go to the GoZen GitHub page. The mouse icon also changed a little bit. If there's an update, there will be a small pop-up on top. And yeah, that's basically it. So we open our test project. So we have our media pool, project view, and timeline. At this moment, they don't really do anything yet. And this is going to be the file manager layout. This is the just editing layout. And this is then the render profile. Still a lot of work that needs to be done. But you can see the file manager and the render menu layout. You don't need multiple of those. So these are single only. So that's what I mean with the single only stuff. Also, quick note, people probably don't notice. In the top corner, you don't see the button for editor settings, for the project settings. This does not have anything right now, because this will also be a setting if you want to have the icons in the top bar or on the menu icon. If you click on the project, you get this button to get the project settings. Yeah, a lot of things don't work right now, but yeah, it's getting there. I did a big cleanup of the code as well, having a little bit more structure and a little bit more comments, because when I came back to GoZen programming after a month, yeah, there were many parts that I was stuck with. Oh, and a little one woke up. Ohio. Ohio. Hagu?なんで? ママいないな。はい、ここ来る？お茶欲しい？my kids woke up. He's still kind of sleepy. Yeah, no, he's going to do his own thing. Yeah, little by little we are closer to the first release, and it's actually getting quite close. And I just realized I should probably there's normally a link here. I'll quickly post this link in the chat for the people who want to. I don't know if I can pin it. Like, as always, this thing is in top, and this time it's empty. Like, honestly, what's wrong with the whole YouTube streaming? Oh. Um, okay. Yeah. There are right now 134 changes in the editor. So yeah. But yeah, basically everything inside of these folders will not be included in the light version. In the light version, you have to add all modules yourself. This includes also the timeline, the other things. Ah, hello, Lord Anubis. So yeah, a little bit of everything. And I should probably close this one. I tried to have like a streaming mode, but it does not really work. And that's the main thing it will do was light my numpads. It takes away the key bindings from OBS as well. Um, So yeah, project settings menu still needs a lot of work, but basically everything needs a lot of work still. What was I working on before I went to sleep yesterday? Well, from updates, I think that's about everything. Because, oh no, okay. I'm still in zoomed in mode. Reset. So I started working again in the I was going to fork it, but yeah, I'm working again. Where can I see the? Yeah, I'm working directly in the repo itself again. It's easy for me to adjust small little things, and I can still create, well, branches for bigger features that would require multiple people to work on it. That way, they don't have to fork my fork of GoZen and can directly work by checking out the other branches in the GoZen project. And I think I'll be BRB because I think my kit is getting a little bit thirsty. I'll be back in a second. And I'm back. Oh, hey Gigi. Gigi? I always wonder how to say your name. Well, it sounds like another project. Talking about projects, I have so many projects that I want to work on, and I just don't find the time. Right now, my priority is getting a working version of GoZen. That's my number one priority right now. But every now and then, I get kind of distracted by other things like using Godot for command line applications, like creating a server, a Discord bot. Um, yeah, OBS like with indicators on the keyboard. I would really love that because I'm the kind of person who wants to use only one screen, but when streaming, it's kind of helpful to have a preview. I'm using my phone as a preview screen. The problem is there's a very big delay. And yeah, for now, I'll just have to focus on remembering to press the keys. So normally you can see my screen again right now. Let's quickly check. But yeah, I was going over all of these things. I think I finished. I think I actually was able to finish everything yesterday. Maybe the editor layout still. Yeah, basically the folder structure changed a lot. If you want to find the URLs, I may do this differently, but for now, all the paths and the URLs are inside of a section called globals inside of the project settings. I hope that does not pick up, but my kid decided to play with his marble run toys. Oh well. So layouts, yeah, no, I apparently did my documenting over here. It's not a big script, and normally everything is working. I still, like right now, I cannot see the Godot version. cannot see the Godot version 4.3 dev 2, right? You mean this one? Oh, what the? You can click on it, but it does not open anything. Wait, what is this? Why can I click on? Oh, what are these icons supposed to be? Oh well. Right now, like I have the functionality. We can hear the sound of the marble. Okay. Well, that's a small problem. Normal, like I implemented the functionality of moving these layouts and to add like a custom icon. You had your camera above. Ah, whoa, oops. Should I put my camera in a different position? I find like the border is, like the bottom corner is kind of good because then you have all this real estate. Am I pointing at the correct direction? No. Real estate. I don't know what will be a better position for the camera. Maybe on the bottom left? Oh, webcam. Like this? Wait, can you still... Okay, wait, let's see if my output is still inside. I think in here it also should say the Godot version on which it's made. Kana? No, with the version number we'll be able to see. No, don't touch anything. Oops. Oh, whoops. Oh no, I'm messing things up right now. Okay. Well, let's just put it here. Good enough. Okay, so yeah, but well, basically we can add icons, remove icons. So the functionality is there. I just need to create the actual menu to right click here. Right now, right clicking does not do anything yet. Yeah, still a lot of work. I was going to work on the media pool. The way that the layout actually works, the editor layout, it's actually kind of interesting. It was a pain to make, and it was something that I was really not looking forward to actually working on again, because I finished this half, then my hand got injured, surgery and such. You should not have said anything. So the main layout exists out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different areas. These are all resizable, but when they're empty, they stay empty. The thing that I'm probably going to do is in the middle one, have the project view here maybe, and the timeline here. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain yet how I will do this. But like, will you be able to put your timeline everywhere you want, or well, it's supposed to be a modular video editor, so I think probably. So I'm probably going to create something like this kind of a layout, and people can select where they want to put their things. Same like you have over here if you want to change this dock position. So it will have the same kind of thing, but also 2 boxes in the middle. And normally you can make tabs dragging, so when I would have these tabs next to each other, you will be able to drag them in whatever way you want. And when there's only one tab, I'll make the option for like the Zen mode of GoZen. I just noticed that's and for the Zen mode of GoZen, if there's only one tab in one tab container, this tab will kind of disappear. So yeah, a lot of plans, a lot of things have been changing recently, and I'm kind of happy that I'm back to actually working on GoZen, because me doing nothing, it's not very easy. One more update. I'm not using my cheapo webcam right now. I'm using my camcorder. Yay! Because I got this little stick, very cheap. I got it at a very, very cheap price, but it does the job. There's sometimes a little bit of lag on the screen, but I think that's an OBS setting. Yeah. So I have this one. these keys. I've been complaining about my keyboard for a long time. My control keys recently decided to just plop off at any given moment. The moment that I slightly touch them in a wrong angle and not perfectly in the center, they jump. My kid is too quiet. That's never. If a kid is too quiet, that's never a good sign. It's fine. He's almost falling asleep again next to his marble run. Yeah, the quality, especially when I go into like full webcam view, the quality is so much better. I am still not certain about like the lip syncing with the audio because there is a delay. This gives a certain amount of delay. Yeah, right now I'm kind of happy with my streaming setup. I have my tripod from Belgium. My Fafine microphone, it actually is called Fafine. I should probably not move the microphone too much. It's a nice little microphone. But yeah, these buttons, yesterday I was too tired of it, so I went online to, there's like this Talp keyboard. It's kind of, it was one of the first mechanical keyboard, like custom mechanical keyboards online shops here in Japan. And they sell 1.5 keys, 1.5 sized keys, 1.5U. So I was able to get 2 of them very cheaply. So I will be replacing these 2 and then I can finally start working more properly without getting distracted from my keys jumping around the room. Okay, and I was sharing my webcam, I can kind of tell. So yeah, my streaming setup has changed a little bit. I'm using my old camcorder that I also use for my videos. I have this thing now. I should not move it too much because I have noticed when I move it too much, sometimes the webcam disconnects and then I have to reset OBS for some reason. Yeah, budget. I also got this little speak sheet to remember all the keys. But yeah, my streaming setup is slowly improving and I'm kind of happy with it for now. So yeah. Let's get some work done. It's been already 20 minutes since I started streaming and I have not touched a single line of codes. Let's see, let's look at all the to-dos. Maybe I find some to-dos that are kind of easy to do for now. Get 3, -1. This will be -1. Right now, if a module does not have like the resource file or the module folder, it will just quit the editor, which is not a good thing. Yeah, OBS is sometimes buggy with camcorders, but because I'm using this stick, I think I don't have that much of a problem with it because it's just like it makes it into a USB signal, so it's becoming kind of like a webcam. But I also found kind of like a little hack. I don't know if this is like a Linux bug, but when the camera stops working because I touched it too much or something happened, I have to switch USB ports, but then for the entire time that I use that OBS instance, I'm not allowed to use the same USB port anymore because it won't work. So yeah. Handle this in a better way. I think I should just, if there's no config folder, I should just delete the module, can I don't really see a reason why it would have to quit the program. Can I? Access dots. Remove absolutely. Can I delete folders in the rest folder in a running instance? Let's just not quit the program because it should not give any problems as long as there's no. But if there's a resource folder, I can just do the error handling a little bit better for that. So yeah. Let's put this one. Also, something I forgot to mention, I don't like it when there are more than 4 tabs. Oh, you have 9 people watching right now. Whoops. Ooh, we have like a steady stream of people. A lot of people sneaking in the background without saying anything in chat. So for everybody in the chat, what projects are you working on? Advertise your program right now. I'll figure out what to do. Well, these two to-dos are done. To do create log files where this info gets written to. I wonder if I can like keep a file open and write lines to it every now and then. I should probably test, gonna. Shy people. If people are shy online, that's that's a sign that we're going one step too high. Like being shy in real life, I understand, but shy online. Yeah, I'll do this later. I'll first need to figure out how to keep a file open to keep writing to. I have a setting. I have a setting to disable debug. That's also something for later. I'll move that out of here. And inside of the settings menu. Okay, I should probably start saving certain things. So we have screens, pop-ups. Okay, I'll do a couple of pushes right now, so people actually have an up-to-date version if they want to work on the code. Stage changes, source, layout modules, no modules, autoloads, classes, no. Okay, so UI updates. Modules updates. I'm just working on custom levels for a written game right now. It's way too late for me to code proper. I know that feeling all too well. I honestly at some point, like I have a lot of timers on my phone recently, and that's basically to increase my productivity. Let me go through all the timers I have on my phone to increase my productivity and to actually live a little bit of a healthier life. Where do I have my clock? Okay, so I have a timer at 5 o'clock. Wake up. I always beat this timer. I always wake up like a couple minutes before so I can press it off. My natural clock is just completely gone. So every time when I set the alarm clock, by the way, to wake up, I will always wake up before the alarm clock. Like my internal clock is like always a couple minutes ahead. Then I have a clock, an alarm set up at 10:45, which says prepare lunch. Then I have a clock at 2:30, snack time. Because most of the time my kid wants to eat a snack after lunch, but it's too early, and 3 o'clock is too late. Well, 3 or 4 o'clock is too late for him because then he does not eat dinner anymore. Then another alarm at 4:30 to prepare dinner. And at 7 o'clock I have a new alarm, and that's something that I have since last week because I noticed that I was sometimes programming until like 9 o'clock. At 7 o'clock my alarm goes off, which says stop working. And I keep at it and for the last hour before sleeping, because at 8:30 my alarm goes off for nirjumbi. Basically means like prepare to sleep at 8:30. And I was laughing with it because it's actually an idea from my wife's mother. She has like a lot of alarms for that. And I was laughing with it and I was like, yeah, I should not laugh at it. Let us at least try it. And after trying it, it actually helps a lot. And I'm kind of glad that I made the step to actually giving it a shot instead of laughing with it. Like I've been a lot more productive and a lot more healthy, and because I don't code late at night anymore, I don't wake up looking at my code like, whoa, how did I do this? So yeah, maybe an idea for you: set timers. Well, as a stay-at-home, that I need the timers to know when to prepare food because sometimes I get too busy with programming or other stuff that I kind of forget to make lunch. My kid is a good alarm clock as well, but a common feeling indeed. This is called a spider sense. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Um, settings menu. Okay. In the settings menu, I have another to do here as well. Add a way to change this through the settings menu. Set top bar menu position. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This basically if you open. Oh no, there's not anything. Okay. F5. No, not okay. Oh, what did I do? Oh. If you press F5, you see the menu button here. You'll be able to switch where you want certain entries to be, and it also has like a thing here of modular entries. All mods, custom modules, will have their custom module entry. Well, they will be able to add things there, and in the settings menu, you'll be able to change where you want it to be. Do you want it to be in this menu, or do you want to have easy access and top bar? So yeah, I'm really focusing a lot on the modular aspect of GoZen, and I think that will be the biggest strength. You will be able to make you will be able to make GoZen in whatever kind of editing program you want. Did I only show my screen or is my webcam? Oh wow, I'm 1.5 minutes behind. Okay, an accidental A. I have a lot of accidental A's. What is my kid doing? I uh, yeah, I think there's a dirty diaper. I'll be right back. And I'm back. That's not the spider sense. The moment that your kid poos, you smell it through your whole apartment. Yeah. Oh, I have a friend who edits some videos, and I'm trying to do him use GoZen. I would honestly really appreciate it if a lot of people will be able to test out GoZen to save their feedback, because I edit my videos in a certain way, but all the like everybody has like their own style of editing videos, and that's why I like the whole modular approach, because people can make it whatever they want. Um, I should try and figure out how to set up the dev environment just to mess around with it. The more we will have editors, the more we can create a good product. Exactly, we have one professional editor on Discord server as well. Great help. I guys devs as well. I know you are geeky. I'm going to try to join on the server soon. There is one person who has reached out to me on Reddit recently. He has a project of 6 months, and I'm not going to share my screen for a moment. I want to have your guys' opinions. So he has a project of 6 months. He wants to create a tool to record his screen and audio to create some kind of like tutorials. He wants to have like make his own video editor with basic functionality like zooming in, basically transform controls, zooming in, audio controls, blurring things out. He wants to make basically a small video editor together with like an application for recording and such, and another thing for subtitles within 6 months. What is your guys' opinion about that? When At first, when he told me that he needed this kind of a project, I was like, oh, maybe he will have a year or something. Like he could possibly like help with GoZen and just use GoZen for his end project, because you can make your own instances anyway. So it's not that that will be a problem. But the moment that he said that he only had 6 months, I kind of started to worry for him. I don't know that I don't know if he actually knows the amount of work that goes into making a video editor. Ah, Lenville, hey, welcome. I'm looking down because my chat is over there. I don't have two screens, which is not very easy. Yes, from scratch. Like he says that he wants but I suggest that he could use Kdenlive or Shotcut or something. But even then, I have tried. I have tried going through the Shotcut code and the Kdenlive code, but the problem is those projects are so big, I would lose 2 to 3 months just understanding the code that is already there without like having to make everything yourself. Because even if you go through all the code and you understand the code, you still have no idea how FFmpeg works, how the MLT framework works if the project uses that, because I think Kdenlive does not actually use FFmpeg directly, they use MLT, which is like a framework on top. Simply insane. Like the way that GoZen does it is kind of cheating, because it's basically everything that you're editing in GoZen will be inside of a viewport, and it will be directly adjusting the viewport. It won't change any of the data directly. It will basically put layers on top of each other to create the final image, and it basically takes a screenshot of that in the desired resolution. I will say impossible, but he could prove me wrong, so I will not say it. Well, if it would have been a year, it would have been possible, especially if he actually needs to work on it for like a project and has like a good amount of knowledge of it. But without any knowledge of FFmpeg or C++, with only like a limited amount of knowledge of C++, I don't see it happening that soon. Actually, I had been thinking in creating a video editor before, but I found Voidin's GAN channel and decided to follow GoZen's progress and give up after watching how hard it is. You gave up after watching how hard it is. Honestly, is making a video editor hard? At this stage, like it's almost been a year. Starting from the end of next month, it will have been exactly in 2 months. In 2.5 months, it will be exactly 1 year since I started GoZen. Granted, my accident removed a month from that, but in almost 1 year, I'll be able to make a working video editor. It really depends on how much work you can put into it and how easy you are to learn new things and how easy you understand. Yeah, how easy you can understand. Oh, there's something in my throat again. How easy you can understand complex principles. Like even for GoZen, I also learned how video compression works. Very interesting. I am so glad I don't have to deal with video codecs directly, and that there's something like FFmpeg. This is kind of like a mint stick. Yeah, the hardest part was probably the FFmpeg part. And the modular part also caused me some trouble. But the modular part actually made it... Well, I quickly got used to figuring out the system, especially like I tried the modular part, removed it again, tried again, removed it again. And during my 1 month off, I was able to actually sit down properly, write things out, like how could I actually make this work and keep everything modular without causing issues, and that's how I got it. Yeah, the FFmpeg part it's hard. Like just the documentation as well of FFmpeg. Like the documentation is not documentation. Like you have this, yes, you can look at the different things like this, but you have like libavutil. It's probably the most important part. You got this. This is documentation. And like I'm not blaming the FFmpeg documentation, guys. Oh wait, am I showing my screen? I think I was not showing my screen. So for the documentation, you have this part, libavutil. It's basically like the main thing, the most important part. You got this amount of documentation, this kind of a description, and then just see also. And then suddenly you have like everything completely at once that does not have to do with the, yeah, well, it has to do with the libavutil, but not exactly. Yeah, I've read this page probably 2 times, 3 times, whilst I was in my month of off. You made the right choice. Now you can be a part of GoZen as well. You could propose ideas or modules if you want. I keep, like, I'm probably broke a record at this point, but the modularity of GoZen will just allow people to create their own video editors by creating custom modules. Like, they can take GoZen Lite, add their own modules, make an installer for that automatically puts those modules in the right folders. Et voila, you have your own video editor. It's really not going to be that difficult. Like, GoZen, like, even if GoZen does not succeed, it will still be a very good framework for people who are wanting to make a video editor, but don't want to go through all the framework setting up stuff. Like, yeah, the guy from Reddit, to go back on that topic, I suggest to him to, like, if he really wants this, like work on that project that he has and finish it, he should, like, the best option will probably be to just work on GoZen. If you could work together, like, if you're watching right now, like, if you've been watching this entire time, the next live stream or the one after that, I will be editing a video live in GoZen, because honestly, like, there's not that much left. I'm not certain where I put it. No, the Vampire backup, no. So basically, from here till here is all GoZen folders. So there are a lot, and there was another one. Yeah, this one as well. All this code I'm now slowly building together into the actual version of GoZen. So I have not been sitting still, even with my month off. I cannot do nothing, and that's a bad thing for my hands. But yeah, I cannot sit still, and I'm glad with the improvements that I was able to make. I can't wait to implement shaders. Oh, whoops. You see, I really need to figure that out. I really need to figure this thing out. Like, I got this here. I got my streaming mode, but the moment that I have this, like, my icon is... Let's see if I can. Oh, my kid played with my tripod again. It was almost falling apart. So I have this. I also have a blanket. I'm the kind of person who cannot sit at a PC without a blanket. So this lights up when I'm recording, when I'm in streaming mode. Over here, it says 0, like it should show the screen. But it's just, I cannot make it work because it blocks my, like for example, if I'm in streaming mode and I want to switch my screen to anything, it does not work. It does not work, and I don't know why, and well, I kind of know why. I use these bindings. But for some reason it actually blocks the normal binding of the key, and yeah. Maybe if I put this on left super, okay, I'll quickly try something. So if I do this now, still nothing. Yeah, I'm certain that there's probably a way. Yeah, this shader support will be so... Like, I will enjoy working with shaders at that point, I think. Like, the shaders is probably what will make GoZen one of the stronger video editors, like the free open source video editors. That together with the modularity. Yeah, I still don't have the system setup of how I will do the effects. That's why the folder of effects is still empty. Render profiles also, transitions also. Yeah, by the end of this month I will normally work on render profiles. I'll see if I have video importing fixed by then or not. But next stream or the stream after that, I'll be editing a video. If your operating system takes precedence, you will not be able to use some shortcuts. This one is switched to mode. Wait, is it? Oh. Okay, there's my issue. Oh. I thought I was binding shortcuts with like if I select multiple, but no, it's actually just... Well, that's a problem. Oh well. Okay, I'll have to figure this out later. I thought I could do a binding of like 2 keys at the same time. Apparently I cannot bind like a shortcut to... Or manage events. Switch to mode when at Alt 1. Oh, whoops. Super tux card. No, when program path, no class name, no. Okay, no, I have no idea. I thought there was like an easy way of like switching between modes, but apparently not. Oh well, let's go back out of this mode. Oh, voila. Oh well. I'll need to find another solution because I don't want 2 screens. Especially I use i3, and the moment that you work with multiple screens it gets too complicated with the shortcuts, and I already have too many shortcuts going on. Yeah, I have not actually done that much work already, and I'm in my last hour that I can't stream before I need to start preparing. What to work on? There's so much. I was going to work on the settings menu, but that will probably take too much time. I could just make the window and make the window appear when you press it. Right now I think it just crashes. Yeah, okay, well, let's do that. So why does this crash? Oh, of course I press it away without reading the error. Trying to assign value of type control to a variable of, okay. Let's remove all the things that I don't need. And let's open the settings menu. I think because this is not a window yet. So change type to window. And normally this should give a lot of problems. So 650, 650. Settings title. Title panel. So we basically don't need the close button as well anymore. So the close on close button pressed. We don't need this anymore. And I think this one also has the close button thing. Oh, yeah. So I could make the project settings menu and the settings menu into one scene, but I want to keep things a little bit more organized, so I'm not going to do that. I could work on both of them at the same time. So we have the scroll box, voila. So now we have this and we have this. I think I should probably add some kind of like spacer or in the style. Can I have content margins? Okay, top 7, bottom 7. Okay, let's just do that. I use Shift FX keys as they are not used often, especially that would actually also be an option. Like I really like the numpads. I keep pressing this webcam. I'll move this webcam so I don't get confused. So I often use a numpad. I'm that kind of a person. Yeah. I should probably start using the numpad a little bit less because this kind of full-size keyboard takes up a lot of space. I bought one, like I have my book with all my notes next to me, but it's kind of annoying that I don't have any space on my desk. Having a smaller keyboard, like a 10 kilos one, but yeah, I'm not going to upgrade my keyboard anytime soon. I will replace these control buttons. You can actually see how broken they are. Like, I think with this new camera you can actually see. Let's move to this one. Like, if it wants to focus, you can actually see the crack normally. And that is how most of my keys look right now. Like with this one, there is a crack, but I'm not certain if it's like that visible on camera. I doubt that it's visible. It's like above my finger. Yeah, it's probably not visible. Yeah, I got replacements finally. Yeah, when you use Blender especially, like I often, like sometimes when I watch videos about keyboards, they often talk about like who uses a numpad, but I think a lot of people do, especially people who actually do like things like 3D art and such. Using the numpad is so helpful, saves so much time. You need these extra keys for shortcuts and such. Okay, so let's see if the settings menu. Nope, it does not work. Self dot the window property. Does the window class have something to close? Pop up. No. Pop up on parent. Nope. So I think just Q3 kana. Self dot Q3. Self dot Q3. You know you don't have to use the hammer to type, right? My hands are too powerful. So let's see. This one does not work. This one also does not work. Scripts inherits from native type control. Okay. window, window. Okay, right now it's inside. Initial position. Where are the flags to have it exclusive? No. Extends title. Transparent, always on top, borderless and resizable. Transient. No. How can I keep title visible? That's probably a good thing to enable. How can I make certain that the window is separate? I think that's a project setting. Window. Always on top, transparent, accent title, no focus. Embed subwindows. Okay. So we do this. Well, I use i3. For other people, this won't be an issue. Okay, but just for my sake, I will keep embedded subwindows on. So that will be a default setting. It will be on, and the main reason is because I use i3. But people will be able to change that setting inside of the settings menu. I think I could easily do this. I think I could easily create a setting for that. So let's quickly do that. Func sets. Whoops. Set. How do you write embedded? Oh wait, I could. Eh? Didn't I copy the path? Okay, so set embedded subwindows value bools and bool void project settings dot set value. No. Can I not change property settings in here? I think you can hide a window which acts as closing it. Hiding the node removes the window from the OS points of view. Yeah, hiding it hides the window, but it will still be taking up memory. And it may not be a lot of memory, but it may still impact lower end hardware in a negative way. I agree, no need to free it, then recreate it later. Yeah, I think that's probably an option that we should have, and we could kind of achieve this by giving this a class name, giving this an instance, the same that like the main window does, for example. The main window is going to always be the first scene. So we can basically call screen main.instance, and then we have access to the first node in the tree, but also access to the other functions like closing startup, opening the settings pop-up, opening the project settings pop-up. Some settings are only read when, yeah. So they will need a restart of the GoZen editor, I think. I think if I go to get window dot set I think normally it has the property for embedded. No. Display manager. The display server dot. I thought there was an option for that. Viewports. Okay, so get viewport dot. Okay, so we can just do this. Is the value, and let's just change this. I don't think this would require any signal to be triggered. So viewports. Let's just call this embed subwindows. Set setting, get setting. Yeah, get set. So and the default will be true. We don't need to save. What's wrong with this? Yeah, return. I mean to change project settings. Use something like project settings set setting. Okay. Yeah, I could set the project settings directly, but the problem is it does not save. It does not save itself. So I'm not certain. Like you will need the project settings overrides. And config, I think. Yeah, project settings override. So you need to save the settings, the project settings again, and then load that in on startup. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just get this for now. Wait. Ready. I like the regions, but I still cannot get used to the shortcut of collapsing everything. Okay, I don't need this right now. I don't need the other things. Toolbar menu, no, let's just make this into getters and setters. Do I need this? Timeline getters and setters. Yeah. No. I know. Yeah. I remember. Because of all the sections, that's why I did that. I remember. So this is for the viewports, getters and setters. Okay. I still know what I was programming. So get embed subwindows. Or I could just use. No. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, so normally that should work. Oh yeah, whoops, function. My kid is so surprisingly calm today. He's not making a problem. He already ate his food that I gave him. He's just nicely sitting and playing with his car. That's new. And can consign a value to constants. Ah, whoops. Okay. Normally this should back. Oh yeah, new. Whoops. When you copy paste code, always change the values. And save settings. Okay. Yeah, and this should probably work. Okay, so that's implemented. I bound it to Alt F. Alt F for me is full screen. Control F is find, and Shift F is typing a Shift F. Sometimes I kind of want this kind of like a how are they called, stream decks that just have those kind of like functionalities, and I could also replace the whole keyboard numpad system by just having it on there, like what mode I'm in. But I'm not going to spend that much money. Okay. I don't think, for the people who've watched my desk video, I don't know if you've actually seen this. This is basically a sake set together with 2 onsen ducks. And then my parents used to have like this shop with things from Indonesia and such. So I got like this little Ganesh inside of a Japanese style tub to wash yourself with. My desk decorations. Yeah, I can do it with my smartphone for free, yeah. That's true. I could actually... Yeah, no, I was thinking I could like have like a pop-up on my phone with what screen is showing right now. But for that I will need to be able to capture system-wide keys that I'm using inside of Godot. And I don't think you can capture the keys which are being pressed outside of a Godot window. I think, man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not certain if that's a possibility. If that's possible, it also opens the possibility to make GoZen into a live streaming tool. Yeah, so we have this part figured out. What was I doing again? Settings menu. So settings menu opens. This works. Normally titles should stay visible. I think that's not... Oh, whoops. Can I? Okay. If I put it over there. Okay, I can still grab it. Okay. Normally this should also work. Japanese, yes. English. Yeah. Okay, the closing does not work now. Why does the closing of the settings menu not work? I think that's because I probably need to create that functionality myself. I'll look later into... I'll probably put a thing to do. Okay, a little to do for this. Let's also put it on here to check out later if there's a performance hit if you do this, if you will just hide the window instead of Q3. Let's go over here. Oh. If you don't need to do Q3, that's the better. I create my own OBS stream deck to control it from my tablet in Godot, of course. It communicates with OBS via WebSocket. I could do that. Well, that's another opportunity. Another thing, like if I cannot capture my keys that I'm pressing in the rest of my operating system and not inside of the Godot window, I could just use my phone for everything. If I want to switch screen, I just use my phone. That's actually a good idea. But now you're giving me an opportunity to procrastinate again. Because this seems like something that I could very easily implement, which will probably not be easy and take a good week or two. So if GoZen's alpha is late, it's your fault. Ah, honestly, the amount of programs that I want to make or want to work on, it's giant. That's one of the reasons why I'll be happy when the alpha for GoZen is out. Would allow me to work on all these other like small projects, because a video editor, it's a giant task, and good luck for the person. Good luck for the person on Reddit wanting to make a video editor in 6 months. I hope you succeed. I also hope you just contribute to GoZen. Like, if I'm completely honest, I will prefer that person to work on his thing by improving GoZen as well. It's a modular video editor, so he can make it look like his own anyway. 大丈夫？ここ座る？ I need to be careful when I lift him up because my hand is still in pain. You want to see yourself? Hi. There. Oh, I have the line thing again. Oh. Yeah, I'll fix it later. Sometimes there's like this line going over the webcam and I don't really know how to fix it properly. Let's go to webcam, video capture. If I change it to YV, maybe that fixes it. Sometimes switching the mode, that alone could fix it. Yeah. Yeah. Bye bye. It's just out of screen, I think. Mm. 自分で見えるね。私の携帯まだライブじゃないと思うよ。遅いな。Wow, there's like almost a minute delay. The longer I stream, the higher. Oh, whoops. Wrong screen. Whoops. Yeah, I should really switch. Okay, just to know, Slender, if like interacting with OBS via WebSocket, how easy is it? How easy is it? Because it could actually, like, if I could just make it in a day, it would help a lot, I think, for making streaming a little easier. If it takes more than a day, then I won't start with it. Right now he is from December, so January, February, March. Oh wait, it's almost no, not okay. Almost 2 years and 3 months. He still does not talk, which is something he really likes doing in the evening. This mark here, it's not that visible on camera, but it's especially when it gets colder, this becomes completely black. This is where my skin got ripped off from the streets. And here, my operation marks, he just keeps touching them. The first couple of days he tried to remove it. He kept wiping it. Okay. Thank you. Well, if I could possibly do it within like a day, like it does not need to look good anyway. It's not that I would make it available for everybody. Just something personally. Like I have my I have this old phone that the microphone does not work anymore, so I cannot use it for calling anymore. I call it my onsen phone as a phone that I use in bed to watch movies. I could use that one and then my other phone to see myself. That could be a thing. I think that could be an option. Um, I already have 59 changes. Oh yeah, the UI and the scripting stuff. Oh, whoops! No, no, no. Let's not redo that. Outloads. Oh, wait. I did. Classes. Okay, so modules updates. I forgot to finish this. And then script updates, but there's things inside that is UI. Let's take that out. Commit, push. I should not push when I'm live streaming, I think. My niece is 2.5 and does not speak either. She just says gaga to call everyone and mummy or daddy, that's it. At least she knows a couple of words. His only word is mm, 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 mm. That's the only thing he does. One thing that I've been thinking of that I want to work on rather, well, not rather quickly. It's something I want to work on at some point in time. I really want to have the translation system to be easier. Create a tab here with translation so people who only use Godot can easily translate and people who use PO edit can also easily translate. It's something I want to work on, but time. Connect close requested on close requested. She knows how to say no, of course. His no is just A nice day? I think he's still rather sleepy, but yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I will have to start preparing. Oh, Unchi, mata Unchi? No, no, no. Okay. Let's look at the to-dos. Like, for people who feel tempted on contributing, there are a lot of to-dos. Let's quickly refresh this. To do tooltip. Does add menu button have the tooltip already? Yeah. Tooltip text, yeah. Okay, so let's button settings tooltip. Let's just add this as a placeholder. I'll fill it in later. Oh, whoops. Kits. They're a lot of fun, but the talking parts, like not being able to communicate properly, it's sometimes kind of frustrating. Okay, to do make this work. Basically, they pop up, so that's not a problem anymore. Oh, it's still in Japanese. Let's do English. For Japanese, I think I should increase the font at some places. The font is sometimes a little bit too tiny, especially like in this title here, in this title bar. And the default font being used, it's not great. Like right here, I have a font on my PC called Kawaii, which means cute. So it's like half normal kanji, and then suddenly you have like kawaii characters, which is not the intention. That's not supposed to be there. Yeah, I will need to add some amount of fonts. I thought I had fonts installed. Why is it not using that? It has Okay, let's fix that. That will probably be one of the last things I do because I will really have to start preparing at some point. Um, also, I can put this at 4. I don't really bother too much with the whole versioning system at the moment. And then it will be why this and why that. Oh, that reminds me. Like I used to be an English teacher here in Japan, and one of my students, every single time, oh, he could take the blood from under my nails. Every single thing, he was like, which basically means, what means this? After every single word. Butterfly nani. And every single time you would explain it, and the next time he hears the word, again the same thing. I counted once in like 50 minutes how many times he said it. Every minute, minimum 2 times. Minimum. Yeah, I made a default theme, I think, but I have not really been working that much on the default on like the whole theming. I know there is like this part here. Theming. I can have. I thought there was a custom font, so I can have fonts. Save and restart. Normally the Noto Sans JP font also has a lot of the other things, and I could possibly create fallbacks on that. Like there's also the Korean font for that, and also a Chinese font, and those should normally include a lot of other characters as well. But it is something we will need to work on to have more like language support. Do I need to enter this as well? Oh, whoops. Okay, I will have to look into this later. Allow system fallbacks. So will be useful. Fallbacks. Oh, okay. So over here I can add fallbacks to other ones. So yeah. Okay, that problem solves it out. Wow, that's a lot. Surely it is the reason they invented the freezer, to put these kind of kids in the freezer. Screen. Oh, whoops. Oh wow. Oh. Okay, so basically what I did just now was project settings. I go to themes, custom font, and I added the font in here, the Noto Sans JP. It has Korean version, Chinese version. I really need to work on that kind of an application for my phone so I can actually control OBS a little bit better, so I actually know what's going on. Because right now it's getting way too frustrating not knowing what screen I'm on. I really hope that I will be able to use my keyboard lights, but yeah. So if you press this font, you can have like language support here. I don't know what it is. I will have to look up what that does. Script support. I also have no idea what that does. And over here, fallback. So I can have a fallback for the Korean font, Chinese font. I should probably download that at some point. I think they're downloaded already. I just need to put them in a folder. Yeah, so that's probably it to do. Let's add that to the to-do list. It's probably something I can do quite easily. So font support for Chinese, Korean. I have. Let me show you my collection. Okay, so it's not all my phones because my phone that I use for Bath is still around the Bath area. So this was one of my first smartphones, a Motorola G, the original one. Hello. So this phone was great. The only problem is the speaker stopped working, and the microphone also stopped working. I don't know how. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that this phone does not work anymore because it was one of my favorites. It's small. I love small phones, but this one, yeah, it became unusable to actually use. This is my wife's phone. Same thing. Microphone broke. This is also Motorola, by the way. Also Motorola. Like, these are all Motorola's. I've always stayed with Motorola, but since they messed up my current phone that much, my camera, the performance, it became terrible. It used to take such beautiful pictures, but then with that update that broke everything, that phone became trash. Like this phone, honestly, like I hate it. This is the reason why I'm thinking of going for an iPhone next, which says a lot. So yeah, no microphone, no speaker. So I can't even use this one anymore to watch movies with. So I could possibly use this one. It's kind of a nice format, and the battery lasts a long time. Even well, I've not used it in some time, but this battery used to last me almost a full week. This phone, 2 days, and I'm not even a heavy phone user. So this is my wife's phone, also Motorola. The camera also had issues at the end, but also microphone stopped working. We don't know why. Every time when we do tests, things work and then suddenly just stop working. We don't know why. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, so I was happy with this one. My wife was happy with this one, but they suddenly started having problems which were unfixable. Also, I think it's for this phone. This phone, the button broke, so I had to buy an extra button. And the new button that's on it, it's already cracking again and almost being broken. This phone had the same issue. Microphone stopped working. So I don't know why this is such a common theme. I've been careful with the phone, like I'm not even using my phone when it's raining. And this is still one of those phones that you can actually pop off the cover. So, yeah, I really like this phone, but also I don't know why exactly. A lot of problems with the Android version on here. They stopped updating it, and I cannot open the Play Store on this phone. If I want to download an application, I have to use an APK file because the Google Play Store does not open. Factory resetting the phone does not work. So this phone became useless in so many ways as well. I could possibly use this phone as well. It has a bigger screen, but the battery is crap. The battery after like my first 5 months of using it, yeah, it only lasted 2 days, which was kind of a shame. And my current Motorola, yeah, camera became bad, performance became bad, and honestly, with their issue that broke the phone for a long time, which they apparently did not want to fix for a very long time, and even said that I was at fault, even though I was very clearly not the only person with this problem. Yeah, the battery got so bad. Yeah, basically during the problem itself, the phone will start at 100% in the middle of the day, and by the afternoon it will be at 2 or 3%. And somehow the chat turns itself off on my phone. I'm still having Android related issues on this phone as well. Recently the UI in the Play Store completely started messing up, and I checked on my wife's phone and on my older phones, well, the phone that at least has access to the Play Store, so not this one, does not happen. So I don't know if this is again another G31 issue or not, but all these Android issues make me kind of want to go for an iPhone next time, because at least that one has a decent camera and the phones get support. They're expensive, but at least you're paying for, well, compatibility. The screens break easier, but yeah. Chinese, Korean, plus other languages. Okay. The FFmpeg documentation. To go back about this, like if you go to the FFmpeg documentation, over here, the only useful page is basically the Doxygen documentation. If you go to 6.0, That's the version that we use for GoZen. Let's share my screen first. So we have all the codecs here. There's not that much more information, and it's basically only the modules that you see and the files that use it. But if you go to examples, we can actually see a fair amount of examples, and this is what I kind of used for demuxing video, encoding video, decoding video. It has a lot, except for like frame seeking and such, like the things that you would actually need. I got one because I like the tactile confirmation that I pressed a button, but I used a Raspberry Pi and an old Android phone with Dagboard app. Did I miss something? No, I was using it before I got my Stream Deck. Okay. Yeah. I think for the next stream I'll probably work on that very quickly. I don't want to invest too much time in it, so I will set a timer of like maximum 3 hours. GoZen has priorities because I really want to, like, next month should be the month of the alpha. That will be the time that my workload will probably increase fixing bugs for GoZen alpha. I have not really been able to do much during the stream. My afternoon is kind of busy, and when I get back, I'm not 100% certain if I will be able to work on it more, if I will have the attention span. Also, one of the questions that I got some time ago: why do some of these scripts start with AL and then an underscore? AL autoloads. When I'm editing a lot of scripts, it's easier to see which scripts are actually like autoloads. They always appear on top. Yeah, it's just helpful. I like naming things in these kind of ways. I don't do it for all my projects, but for this project it's kind of big, so I want to really know in what script I'm working at what time. Also, the undo, redo, it's in the action handler. I have not been able to use it that much, but of what I've used it for, it worked, of my testing. So we have a working undo, can do, undo, redo system, yay. I have my stream deck hooked into my overlay made in Godot and C#, along with it being hooked into OBS and Twitch itself. Yeah, Twitch streaming. I looked into streaming to Twitch as well, but to be frank, like, the average amount of viewers for this stream is like 8. So I don't really see that much of a need to also stream on Twitch, to be honest. I don't have that much of a reach just yet. Maybe during alpha it will change, but... yeah, and to buy a stream deck, those things are expensive. Use Godot undo redo function, or... I made my own. You mentioned this. I forgot about this. Oh no, yeah, no. I remember. I looked at this, but I could not 100% like. Yeah, I did not 100% like it. Like it was going to take time for me to like get a grasp of this, so I just made my own system. I should probably move to this. If the undo redo that's built in Godot has more benefits, I should probably use this thing. I should. I kind of forgot about this. I remember before my hand got bad that I looked into this because you told me about it. I knew there was a reason why I did not use this. It basically does the same that this thing does, but probably more efficiently. Clear history, commit action, create action. Get Set history count, get version as under, has redo. I do my own. I stream. Oh, I stream in software and development, and there's a good Godot community on Twitch. Maybe I should look into also streaming there, kana. I do my own undo redo functions for my settings in main project Godot Manager. Now technically it's just an undo. Oh, I knew I was knowing your pseudo Mario Steel. Tested your Godot Manager, even reported issues. Yeah, I think for now I'll just use my own system. It works. I don't know if I'll just add a maybe instead of to do. Oh, whoops. Find files. To do. Is there any small thing? I just don't have the time today to work on a big thing. If I would have started earlier, I would have been able to properly finish the settings menu. For now, settings menu opens, project settings menu opens, and everything seems to work as expected. I can start open my I can open my project. Oh, the font. Oh. Yeah. Okay, the font. I'm not a fan. Why is it? Why? Why does it? Oh, Godot crashed. Been trying to get the overlay done so I can get back to streaming development work on Godot Manager. The Godot Manager, I think I've watched it. This one, right? Yeah, I watched this one. Godot supports variable weight. I don't think that's why I have like the statics, and I have this font which should normally this should use the. This is a thin font. Why is it a thin font? Oh no. I pressed re-import. Will probably crash the program. Yes. Okay, re-importing fonts crashes the editor. I should remember that. I think the default. Can I change this? If I go in here, can I change the default of this font? No. Oh. Oh wow, there's more to this than I thought. Yeah, the same issue happened again. I cannot. This happens with the export screen as well. The moment that I press different tabs, it goes lower and lower, and then I cannot actually press the button to quit it. Shall I just create a new font? A font variation. Okay, can I do this? Unable to preview fonts. Resource. Nope. I thought that Is somebody vacuuming outside? Yes, apparently they are. Resource. System font. No. Font file. No. I thought there was more of a thing to this. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, no, we only these. A variation of a font with additional settings. Oh, now I see something. Why does it work now? Auto Sans JP. Okay, so if you have this one, like this. Why can I not open things properly? Why can I not open these in the inspector directly? Do I drag? Oh wow, is this the way that I need to work on this? Okay, let's just delete this. Okay, base fonts. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Regular. That's the base font. And variations. Yeah, fallbacks. This one. I think this is possibly correct. Oh wow. Do you set multi-window mode in the settings by any chance? I think I. Multi-window, could I? If true multi-window support is in editor is enabled, the following panels can become dedicated windows made floating doc script. It is enabled, if this is what you mean. Sorry, restroom called and I had to answer the call. Well, and then that's the project. Use M. Oh well, let's leave that for what it is. Let's hope this is how it works. Medium, semi-bold, and thin. I will have to look up later how these font things work. For now, we'll have to do. So back to theming. Theme, fonts, custom fonts, assets, fonts, nice. Okay. But a multi-window setting, I don't actually use the multi-window setting because, yeah, I don't see that much of a use for it. Like F2, F2? No? I remember there was an option for that. Eh? Oh, what did I do? Oh yeah, no, whoops. Whoops. Shift? What's the shortcut for this again? Control? No. Alt? No. I thought there was a shortcut to switch between these tabs. Yeah, multi-window support is something that I don't really need, so yeah. Another restart. Hey? Okay. It's just loading slowly. Okay, so if I start now, how's the font? No, the font is better. Okay, yeah, no, this is what I want. Oh. Ah, stuck. Hi, does that? I just noticed a big problem. These tabs have a name. The way that these the modules save their data is they get a ID behind their name. Oh, will this cause issues? I just... Oh. So yeah, the tabs, we have the default layout, which has the ID of, it's always a random ID, so it has 17211. The file manager 85044 and the render menu. All the layouts have their own different ID, so the config files for each layout can be saved separately without causing issues, without loading in different settings from different things. Yeah, but these tabs should also have so the editor layouts, everything normally has their own. No, tab bar. Okay, so project view. This is something that is not correct right now. This should also have its ID next to it. Can I change this name? No. Okay, so that's not working. So, how can I do this? This needs a custom ID, so it can save the config of it. How can I do this? Because, okay, I think I should go to sleep. Good night. Thank you for watching the stream. The setting you just showed and it was enabled. Good night. What flavor of Ubuntu are you using? Ubuntu? Oh, whoops. I'm using Arts, by the way. No. No, I basically use Arch Linux because I want to keep everything as minimal as possible. It's just some issue I have. I honestly don't care about keeping my system up to date. I just want a minimal install. So I honestly don't care that it's a rolling release distro. I use the LTS kernel, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. I have a processor which is right now a couple generations old. and well, a graphics card is basically not really supported anymore. And why am I using 5 gigabytes of RAM? What is taking so much? What is this nobody? A user nobody, eh? I was just going to say I know kind of what's running on my system, but I don't know what nobody is. Oh well, probably not an issue. Yeah, the window manager that I'm using is i3, and that's just because I love stacking window managers. I like not covering my windows. Every time I use my wife's PC, she's also running Arch because I just find it more convenient to work with. But she is using, I think, Cinnamon. Yeah, Cinnamon as a desktop environment. Ubuntu is the most known for newcomers. Yeah, that's one of the ones that I started using as well. But yeah, that was with school related. But soon we switched to Linux Mint, for the rest of the school year because people were struggling too much with Ubuntu on the school PCs. Like, Cinnamon is great. Cinnamon is... It works. It works even on Arch. You don't have that many issues with it, so yeah. Yeah, the fonts I have to figure out at a later date. I still have kind of a lot of to-dos, but the problem is just time. Today I won't be able to work that much more. I will push the last changes that I've made just in case. But yeah, to-dos, there's still a lot. Find a way to delete all custom layout files off the layout. I think I've actually was able to that. Oh no. Of like of the layouts modules. Like each module will have their own config file. But that's another thing. I should layout default. Let's add this to do. To make module instances have a custom ID, but tab name. I'm not certain if I can actually change the tab name. So what I will probably need to do is create a control node and just put a module inside of that control node. So with name that's okay, and I think that's it. Luckily that I found that bug, because that could have caused me a lot of issues in the future if I did not notice that. Okay, but I think I will have to make an end to the stream. I think my alarm will soon go off as well. Yeah, I got an alarm in like a couple of seconds. Yeah. So, anyway. Oh, wait. Change to Cinnamon when I was able to use a hardcode XFCE. I wanted to give my wife like another thing than Cinnamon, but yeah, I let her choose. She first chose Budgie, but that had a lot of issues on a clean Arch install. Like, it has so many dependencies and it just did not work smoothly. So yeah, did not work. Let's quickly go through the last comments, through the last chat messages before I say bye. I use Cinnamon as well, and I have both style at once, windowed and tiled ones. Yeah, that's something I was experimenting with, using a desktop environment to have like the taskbar and just have the windows stacking instead. Quickly gave up on that idea. I could not make it work properly. Changed to Cinnamon when I was unable to have the desktop to remember my screen's layouts. I honestly don't care about my screen's layouts. Yeah. Is it worth to change to Cinnamon? I'm really thinking about that. I hear a lot of good things about it. It's good if you don't want... Well, apparently you can have stacking on Cinnamon as well, so yeah. Honestly, the UI controls that you have right now, by example, if I open my... let's quickly share my screen again. If I open my file manager, whoops, is there something I should not show in here? Yeah, no, it's fine. So the icons right now, some are black, some are white, and that's because of the Qt6 update. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here that should not be seen. My hands now, improvements. Yeah. So yeah, that's always an issue I'm still using. I'm using Windows 11, right? Oh, you're using Windows 11. I feel sorry for you. Because of a few games I play has... Oh yeah, the anti-cheat things right now are really, really bad for Linux users. Like I'm lucky. I don't have time to play games. Well, lucky. So yeah, I don't really need to bother with that. My kid is too quiet again. It's all right. He fell asleep again. Um, okay. Yeah, the anti-cheat things. So they don't want to enable it. So yeah, I like Cinnamon quick like XFC and clean like no. Yeah, the cleanliness of how Cinnamon looks. That's kind of a nice benefit. Né? I'm going to try out System 66 Cosmic Desktop. Let's quickly look that up before I go. System 76 Cosmic Desktop. This stream was and there's my alarm. This stream was more of a talking stream and just slightly going over the code and changing things. Yeah. Desktop System 76 Cosmic's Desktop. That's like a PC from them? No, ne? I did not know they System 76 also makes. I guess it's a desktop environment or a OS. I left Windows on the border of the road 17 years ago. Never going to get back to the location I left it. Yeah. Windows. I liked Windows, but only XP, and that was just because it was like one of the first operating systems that I used. I used 95 first. Was able to get it to a later version. I think 97. I can be wrong about this. It's been a long time. Screen. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was just looking at the System 76 page. At this page to like find out what the Cosmic thing is. But I first found, Cosmic, the road to Alpha. Another company trying to go for Alpha. So I guess this is just the kind of like operating system or something, or yeah, I don't know, desktop environment. I started with Windows 3.1. My Windows journey. Windows XP was one that I liked a lot, and I actually did not want to switch to Windows 7 for the longest time. And around the time that I switched to Windows 7, I also started following network management and like in it's kind of like a 1-year education school. So I went there, learned more about Linux, network management and such. Also learned more about using Windows in more of a professional environment. I hated it. They showed us Linux side of things and then the Windows side of things. And the Linux side of things just made more sense and felt more easy to use compared to the Windows side of things. Yeah, not that much against Windows. Like it is an operating system. It works on most PCs. Yeah, I just did not like the whole spying on you, changing the settings, like the telemetry settings, when you clearly disabled them on install. The moment that you press the continue button, suddenly they're enabled again. So yeah, I cannot, like, I'm too used to this environment right now. Maybe Windows is good if you use it for a longer period of time, but I'll never find out. I'm perfectly happy with Linux, and recently Linux has like 4% of the market right now. So I hope anti-cheat software and such and more games and such will also start thinking about Linux. Like this RGB keyboard. I need to use a program made by somebody else because Corsair is too lazy to make a Linux version of their software, which is kind of bad for me to say because like this keyboard, the keycaps broke. Yeah, it became kind of unusable. I'm still using it because they sent a new keyboard to me. The K70 Pro, but it does not have an USB port at the back, and I don't really like the layout and the feel of the keycaps, so I gave that keyboard to my wife, and I continue to use this thing, this half-broken thing. Yeah, luckily I found a solution for these again, so yeah. Going back to Windows, no, there are, using Linux is not always the easiest thing, especially with hardware manufacturers plainly ignoring that Linux exists. But for the rest, I'm enjoying the experience, and I know that I apparently know mostly what's running on my PC. I really would like to know who nobody is. I actually have no idea. All the other things I know Picom. That's my how's that called again? I forget. Compositing and compositor or something. Yeah, there's not really anything going on that I don't know. Yeah, I was not I was not showing my screen, but just I did not want to leak anything in case. That's the, so they are leaving GNOME and GTK for stuff and creating a new desktop environment. Okay, so it is a desktop environment, all built in Rust. I really want to learn Rust, but yeah, time. That's what they are close to release. The best thing in Windows. The message on the bottom right that says that you need to register. I don't actually have that. Even on my virtual machine, I had to install my virtual machine again for Windows. This time I did not have the issue that I had to keep registering new accounts. So I have no idea what that issue was. So many people say from, look at this guy, he doesn't know how to install Windows. No, the installer just threw me back to the beginning of the creation screen for some reason. I still don't know why. They are not lazy. They have contracts. Not the same thing. Yeah, probably, but I will stop using hardware manufacturers that just ignore the existence of Linux. It's causing me trouble, and I just don't want to have troubles. On the other positive note, my right button is giving up as well now. So I have replaced the middle button, the left button, now the right button's done. Instead, when you have a plugin that allows you to show a message like the Windows message. I know that there are certain things to make Linux really feel like Windows. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, anyway, I really should start preparing. So yeah, that's the stream for now. Quick mention to my Ko-fi supporters. Thank you all for the support. Recently, support on both itch.io and Ko-fi has been quite a lot, and I'm very happy about it because it really helps a lot, the support. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next stream, in which I will probably edit my first video in GoZen, or that will be for the stream after that. No idea yet. Also, quick mention, if you want to join the alpha of GoZen, form is still open for now. At the end of the month, I will close that form. So if you want to join the alpha, now is the time. Soon it will be closed. If you don't want to fill out the Google form, just message me on Discord. Okay, so yeah, kind of happy that I had a first stream again. I hope my next stream will be more programming related instead of, hey, let's chat. So thank you all for watching, and bye bye. I cannot actually change the thing. How do I do this?